Hello folks, Griffin here. Gonna run through another league with the old Jun deck. Not really much in the way of changes with this list. We're still gonna try out our Narnam Renegades. I've liked them a lot. They're just kind of embarrassing when they're not good, but they're pretty good most of the time. It's kind of just what we're looking for, just a way to deploy our hand a little early, get the stuff out of our hand quicker. Just more one mana cards as time goes on, and and the format grows. It's just inevitable that decks are going to be faster. It's just how it works. And so right now, don't know if the format is so fast that we need to be playing Narnam Renegade, but we're gonna try it because I just really like the way it plays. Right now, it plays a lot like a legacy deck almost. Everything costs one mana, um, or else you have like your heavy hitters cost two or three, and then like big late game cards cost four, and you put a lot of pressure on fast, and you get the games over quickly and stuff. Your sideboard cards get better when your opponents are under pressure more than they were before. So, I've added in an 11th fetch land. So we have 3 Wooded Foothills, 4 Bloodstained Mire, 4 Verdant Catacombs. Those also help out with Tireless Tracker. And yeah, that's where we're at. We're gonna throw this through a league and see how it goes. All right, we're here for round 1. Hand looks pretty good if we're against a creature deck. Can't really mulligan this one, so let's give it a shot. Doesn't look like a creature deck, but it does look like they might have Baral or Electromancer in their deck. If that's the case, Kolaghan's Command is pretty good against Electromancer. I'm going to play Verdant Catacombs. So I'm going to, if they play like Electromancer or Baral here, okay, so Baral is great for us, so we can kill it right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and get a blue. I'm just going to get an Overground Tomb, I think. Now I will play a Tarmogoyf. Yeah, Tarmogoyf like this is fine. Now they could go like Electromancer, then go off and kill us, but pretty unlikely. Okay, that looks good. Do I want to hold up Bolt? I'm playing a Tarmogoyf this turn, that's for sure. Well, not so sure, is it? I think I'll Inquisition. The reason is that it puts a sorcery in our graveyard, which increases our clock. A repeal. Okay. So let's just take the... I would really love to not take the Electromancer. I think we can get away with not taking the Electromancer. I think we can get away with taking the Pyretic Ritual. I guess the worst case scenario is not even that bad for us. Because what I would really love to do is Kolaghan's Command next turn on the Electromancer. So let's take the Ritual. And then Overgrown Tomb, Tarmogoyf. Okay, so now we're doing stuff. Here's an Electromancer. Steam vents tapped. We did not know about. Okay. Pretty good time to get the Hissing Quagmire into play, I suppose. So let's make them discard, shoot this Electromancer. Gotta do that before they can pass in flames. Alternatively, we could have played Goif and Bolt that turn, but the problem is that I would really like to have a Bolt up for a Baral if they draw a Baral here. So our opponent says go. Thoughtseize is okay. It kind of slows down their Past in Flames plan. They also could have just drawn a Gifts Ungiven. Well, they drew a Manamorphose, which I'm glad we're getting rid of. Past in Flames or Electromancer. I think I take the Past in Flames. So they could flashback Past in Flames or have no mana left. They could play Electromancer and not have enough mana to Past in Flames. So I like where we are at. I didn't play a land there for no reason. Let's see if that hurts us at all. Serum Visions, kind of what we want to see. So what's great here is that we put them into chump block mode, pretty much. We get to hold up this lightning bolt. And attack with everything. Including the Quagmire. And now they don't know it, but they have to block. And I think I want to bolt them right now. It'll like lower their storm count. Cool. So that went well. Let's try another one. Blightning's good. Duress is good. Damping Sphere is good. Engineered Explosives is good. Okay. Oh yeah, Nile Spellbomb's also good. Most Storm players that I play against tell me that they take out some of their creatures against Jund. So I'm going to take out Fatal Push. We have a lot of stuff that we want to cut, though. I'm going to take out a Huntmaster. Tireless Tracker I feel like is okay. It's kind of like another version of Dark Confidant. We can take out Abrupt Decay, although it leaves us a little vulnerable to Pyromancer's Ascension, but also we have like the Nile Spellbombs that are good there. Kolaghan's Command is good against Electromancer, but not against anything else. So I think we can safely cut those. And one more card to cut. I'm just going to take out a... I do want one copy of Engineered Explosives. I think it's pretty good. Am I actually going to take out a Liliana? Yeah. I'll take out a Liliana. Hand isn't ideal, but I can't really get much better than Bob into Lily, so we're going to keep it. We could just die on turn 3, but Our opponent is mulliganed. Also, we have 9 1-mana discard spells we could draw into. That's not one of them. Okay. Pyretic Ritual. Aha! Okay. So we really need to draw empty the or engineered explosives. Inquisition would have been good a little while ago. But that being said, a 2/3 creature isn't really the worst. Especially because we're still at 20. We take 7 here. We'll take 5 the next turn, then 3, then 1. Alright. Opponent doesn't have anything happening over there. They could play like a Baral or something. Grape Shot on the tracker. Okay. Looks like a pretty good time for Liliana Plus. We take 4. Am I really gonna Liliana minus right here? I don't think I'm doing that. I think we're Liliana Plussing. Our opponent hasn't played any lands yet. It's a little scary. So 4 go down to 3. Opponent discarded Gifts Ungiven, so that's nice. Let's see where they attack. All at me. Yep, good. This could be dead to a lightning bolt. Or we could be in really good shape from a lightning bolt. It's Inquisition. Okay. This makes me want to take both of these cards. We can survive at 1 if we bolt a goblin. And if we're going to 1, then neither of these cards seem very good. It's going to be a remand, a repeal. Sure. So we took Huntmaster the Fells out of the deck, so we're in pretty rough shape. Scavenging Ooze would be a real nice draw. Another creature would be fine, though. That's a creature. Yeah. Okay. So let's not attack. Okay, alright. So let's -6. And I'm going to split it up goblins versus lands. This is a great pile. Oh shit, the goblins are back. Um, Sacrifice a creature. I think I'm going to attack. Alright, goblin. Don't kill me. Island. I like that, because it's not a red source. I don't think that our opponent can... I don't think they play, like... Is there anything that they play that could kill us here? I guess there's, like, 1-mana bounce spells. We really don't have any good reason to attack, do we? There's, what's the 1-mana bounce spell that's, like... Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand? Alright, so repeal does not get them there, because this is a non-land, or this is a land. Okay. Whew! That was really funny. Storm continues to be a pretty good matchup. We didn't even draw very good here. We didn't draw any of our, 6 million sideboard cards that we bring in, and we still got there. And we were facing down a lot of goblins on turn 1. It was really, really kind of a rough one there. And I don't know about that decision to make them discard both the pieces of the puzzle and the grape shot. We could have used Liliana to minus on a token, but also taking up our Liliana all the way turned out to be really good, because we got to ultimate, and that turned out to be pretty solid. So, whew, that was a little nerve-wracking, but all right, we're 1-0. Let's go to the next round. All right, round 2. Won the die roll. Snap this one right off. Swamp Inquisition. What you got? Hello. Double Goblin Guides plus Eidolon makes me want to take the Eidolon really badly. That is because we dead those Goblin Guides pretty early with a Goyf. Eidolon becomes a problem though. Yeah. I think Eidolon's a problem enough that I don't want it around. Hopefully we get a land off this Goblin Guide, because we're going to need some help with this hand, because we've got Thoughtseize and Dark Confidant in it. So that's not good. Wooded Foothills. Those hills have woods. Goblin Guide. Revealed Thoughtseize. Good. I didn't want to draw a card that turn anyway. I'm not going to get Stomping Ground because I just don't think it's really worth it. I'll probably draw like 3 red cards in a row now. Mountain for Eidolon. Interesting to note that they grabbed... Wow, okay. Cool. So that's going to make our ooze a lot better, and hopefully we draw a land. Hopefully we draw 3 lands here. 3 cards into the revealed zone. Are they all the same Lilion of the Veil? They are. Let's block a Goblin Guide. So that makes our ooze better because now we've got other creatures we can snag. Not attacking clearly. It was interesting that they went to go get a mountain because that makes me think that they drew another fetch land. Otherwise, you would think that they want to get Sacred Foundry. Unless this is just a mono red deck, but that's probably not the case. So now what really kind of shuts them down here is that they have a, like, they can kill Scavenging Ooze and get in for 2 and give us the chance of drawing a land. They can, I mean, potentially. They have a Rift Bolt and a Lava Spike in their hand, but you would think that they have the option to do that. Reveals Thoughtseize. So we are running hot. So now I'm just going to block here. And now I have a life gain machine. And we get to start clocking them the other way. Stomping Ground, untapped. So is this going after the ooze? We know of 2 cards that they have in their hand right now. Rift Bolt entered the revealed zone, the exiled zone. Alright, 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 alright. So we're definitely eating a Goblin Guide. So we go to 6. So we are safe from a creature attack. So let's get in with Goyf. We need to start hitting them. We don't have a lot of time here. Stomping Ground in the main. Not fetching for Sacred Foundry. Let's see if that comes back to bite them. It makes it so that Boros Charm and Lightning Helix are all dead draws. This could have been a bad attack if our opponent draws Goblin Guide or Swift Spear exactly. Rift Bolt us. But they have to draw something good here. Grim Lavamancer. That kind of counts. Okay. I'm not exactly sure the right way to do this. I think we're attacking with Goyf. And I think on end step, if I'm alive, I'm going to fetch a blood crypt. However, I will not be alive. Okay. Well, drawing 4 dead cards didn't help us. So luckily we get to sideboard out all of those. And bring in good stuff. Another plan there, I guess, was to just fetch a swamp. No, because I needed to go up to a 4/4 for my ooze, so we couldn't have attacked for 8 there. Wouldn't you know it? Thoughtseize and Dark Confidant aren't very good here. Lightning, Huntmaster, Duress. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in an Engineered Explosives. I'm going to cut a... Oh, what's our worst card? Maybe K Command. No, that's not the purpose. The reason I want to bring this in is because I want another answer to Ensnaring Bridge. A lot of people have been playing that lately. I think a card that's pretty bad against Ensnaring Bridge would be Tireless Tracker. That's probably really bad. And there's our explosives in an unkeepable hand. This we can roll with. We got an early Goyf. Also, because they're playing Goblin Guy, I'm going to put pretty much any non-land on the bottom. That's a land. I'm going to keep that on top. Yeah. Does that change my play here? I don't think so. I think I still just want to play the Raging Ravine. Problem is that if my opponent goes Goblin Guide, attack, can't really play the Tarmogoyf next turn because then they could bolt it. Swift Spear. However, I could just bolt Swift Spear this turn. Alternatively, I could Dreadbore Swift Spear this turn. I kind of like that. This way, I can play Tarmogoyf and hold up Lightning Bolt or Kolaghan's Command next turn. Taking 2 for Swift Spear plus Suspend. Okay. So that's another really good win for us. Ooh, hello. Problem here is that it's a little awkward to play the Renegade because the Bloodstained Mire doesn't get a forest. I don't really want to go get an Overgrown Tomb. Might be worth it, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm kind of more interested in bolting the Swift Spear. So if that's the case, I need to go get a mountain. I'll get a basic mountain here with the Bloodstained Mire. Now our Goyf is pretty big. Got some pressure. They go after the Goyf, so is this going to be a Searing Blaze, maybe? Could be like a Relic or a Rest in Peace. Yeah, okay. So let's see what we draw here. Ooh, and a creature? And a Rift Bolt. Okay, so let's see what we draw here. A Bolt. So I think the plan is going to be discard and rebuy. I'm going to do it now so that they can't just, like, if their hand is like 2 lightning bolts, they can't just unload it next turn or on upkeep. Rest in peace. Okay. So that's a little scary that they discarded that, because that would mean, like, if they discarded something else, then they totally shut off the Tarmogoyf for that, but maybe they're just saying that Tarmogoyf is... They're just going to try and race a Tarmogoyf. I don't know. Or they have another one. Or they have a path. That could be a thing. So that's a great draw. Am I okay with going down to 10? I think I kind of have to. Yeah. Okay. So we've got them on a pretty quick clock. They have to draw 2 burn spells. We've got pretty much any creature that they play covered, including Grim Lavamancer. Alternatively, we could be dead right now. Was it right to bolt there? I don't think so. Okay, that's a really good draw. What I would love is, see, if they had path, they probably would have done it during my draw step, but maybe they just are gonna path now anyway. It would kind of stand to reason that their last card is path instead of two 2-mana burn spells. But let's see what happens here. Yep, okay. I would love to get a swamp. And I'm gonna Inquisition. What could I actually hit that they wouldn't have just played last turn? It could be another Path to Exile. But I don't think that's going to be a 3-mana spell of any kind. I mean, if they would have just suspended a Rift Bolt, it could be Searing Blaze. They could have Searing Blaze in their hand. Nope. Okay. This is a tight one. So they need to draw 2 burn spells in a row. Because I'm going to bolt them next turn, or on end step here. Attack with Ravine plus Renegade for 6 more. That puts them to 9. I guess it doesn't actually... No, it puts them to 6. So yeah, we have lethal in 2 turns. Let's see what they draw. So it has to be 2 burn spells. That we've got covered. But it does cut our clock by a turn. And I'm not taking that damage. I'm not playing that game. It's possible that I should actually... Wow, okay. Well, I guess they knew they were dead in 2 turns. Okay, so we stole that one. It was not looking good. I don't really care about engineered explosives. I don't think I want to play Shadow Guildmage, of course. Yep. I think I'm going to keep this. It looks pretty bad, but we take no damage from our lands. We have a lot of stuff to cast. We have our best card, which is Tarmogoyf. And any fetch land makes this hand awesome. I could see it going wrong, but we've got a lot of cheap creatures. We'll see how it works. Okay. Sticking with our plan. So, I mean, this eats pretty much any burn spell, right? Which you would think is not good for us, but it puts a creature and an instant in the graveyard, and so it makes our Tarmogoyf way better. So now Tarmogoyf looks great. Riftbolt entered the exile zone. So that means we're going to have a 3/4 Tarmogoyf. And I am playing Tarmogoyf. I could play like 2 Narnam Renegades or something. That doesn't seem very good. Upstairs with a Riftbolt. So for them to be able to attack, they have to have 2 instants here. That's not good for us. All right. So I'm chump blocking with Tarmogoyf. Absolutely. This doesn't do anything anymore, so. Overgrown Tomb. That seems like really bad. I think I'm just going to fetch a swamp. Play a Renegade. And say go. Sure. So what's great here is that they might feel inclined to attack. Okay. Cool, so we made it out of that one pretty unscathed. 9 isn't the highest life total. Wouldn't mind drawing a Huntmaster of the Fells one of these days. But Tireless Tracker plus getting a clue could be pretty good. Well, Liliana doesn't help very much. Time to clock our opponent a little bit here. It's possible that I should be holding back the Renegade just for a turn, because trackers, I'm would definitely block a Goblin Guide. Okay, that's terrifying. Alright. Okay. Tough call here. If we Kolaghan's Command, attack for 5, they take 2 more from the command, they go to 11. Should probably play the Renegade. Next turn we get attacked for 8, then it's not really enough. Our other option is we crack a clue, play a Renegade, that way we attack for 6. Next turn we attack for 8. Gives us a little bit more outs to be able to wrap this up in 2 turns. Also, playing a Renegade stops our opponent from drawing. Like, Kolaghan's Command stops everything except for Bolt, Boros Charm, Lightning Helix, Skullcrack. Because we can also Kolaghan's Command next turn. So I think we're going to crack a clue. Because we could also hit another land. Like, that is pretty good. I can't get anything that comes into play untapped, though, with it. So that's kind of lame. But it does set us up for next turn. And we play a Renegade. Attack for 6. Now we could just be dead, of course. Interesting. Okay. So that makes me think they have Path. So if they have Path, then we want to crack a clue right now. Crack the Wooded Foothills to get a clue right now. I'm gonna go get an Overgrown Tomb. I'm not even allowed to pay the life. So there's 8, 9. We don't have enough mana. However, we could crack a clue and find a Lightning Bolt. That doesn't really do it. I'm expecting this to get pathed right here. Didn't. Interesting. So I guess we just have to fade again. So leaving up Fatal Push, if we leave up Fatal Push, we stop like a Swift Spear. So I think it's important that we do that. We still have the out of cracking a clue and trying to find a bolt, because we don't need to do that right now, because they are the ones who have to do anything. We still got Kolaghan's Command up? Okay. Yeah, so let's kill this and make them discard, I guess, after they go to attacks. Okay. Target player discards, deal 2, boom, boom. So unless... It was weird that they tapped a white mana there, but maybe that was some kind of silly bluff. Okay. Wow, another completely nerve-wracking match. Oh, man. Okay. Crazy. Okay. Well, 2-0. Narnam Renegades looks pretty good. Okay, round 3 on the play. Yeah, we can roll with this. There's a keep. I kind of want to play Overgrown Tomb on turn 1. That's got to be wrong, though. Because I think I want to get a black source with this Wooded Foothills no matter what we do, so... It's just going to be a little painful. Razor Verge Thicket. Elvish Mystic. Okay, so it's not going to be that painful. A little scary, but I think I'm just going to take this turn to play a Dark Confidant. Next turn we can Bolt plus Goyf. Elvish Mystic isn't really the card I want to kill anyway. Although this is a good argument for playing Wooded Foothills last turn. Whoa. Why? Why are you attacking? Devoted Druid. Okay, well that's what I want to kill. Ooze Ball is okay. Foothills for a forest. And bolting the Devoted Druid looks pretty good. Doing this right now. Don't want my opponent to untap with that thing. Gotta imagine they have Collected Company in their hand. Because they didn't play any one-drop creatures. Yeah. So I want to do that because I need green sources if I'm going to get this Scavenging Ooze rolling. Certainly worse with Tireless Tracker, but I don't plan on playing Tireless Tracker for a while. I plan on slamming Huntmaster. Elvish Archdruid. Okay. Am I okay with trading? I think I'm okay with trading Bob for an Elvish Mystic. And I'm okay with that because I can follow up with Liliana and make them sacrifice if they do that block. Cool. So, unless they have some pretty good turns, this should be good. Huntmaster. Just puts on quite a clock. We still have our Dark Confidant, so we can still draw more removal for Elvish Archdruids and stuff. They didn't play Collected Company last turn, which I kind of would have expected them to, if they had it. Elvish Clan Caller is a little scary. I don't think I block that. Although, maybe I do. Because that makes my Liliana way better. It also prevents them from searching with Clan Caller. Let's see what happens. The other thing is that we're playing a bunch of spells every turn. Like, I don't think we're ever gonna be able to flip that guy. Liliana minus looks pretty attractive here. Wow. Didn't really expect that. But I guess they can Clan Caller. Next turn. Do I want to go to 7 to Thoughtseize them? I think that maybe I should. I think that their last card might be like Cord or Vizier. That's like a very suspicious sacrifice. They didn't play a land last turn either, in the face of like this deck that plays Liliana of the Veil. I think I probably should do that. I'm gonna go get an Overgrown Tomb. No. No, let's get a Blood Crypt. Cavern of Souls. Okay. Well, that's interesting. They can get 3 mana off of their Devoted Druid now, which is kind of interesting. You can't really attack. Okay. Okay. So let's attack with. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have 6 mana if they want to. I think we attack with everything, actually. Next turn, we play, or second main phase, we play Dreadbore, we play Tarmogoyf, we play Narnam Renegade. That's fine. So on their end step, or on our end step, they're going to get a Clan Caller. So I think we Devoted Druid, or we Dreadboard the Devoted Druid. And then they'll have 2 tutus. I don't think that hitting the Clan Caller is very good there. I think I'd rather do this. And I will tick up. I'm going to get rid of Tireless Tracker. This game isn't going to really last long enough for that to be coming into play, I don't think. And we're playing Narnam Renegade. And I'm going to play an ooze. Is that right? Yeah. So one of the things I thought was going to happen there was that we were going to turn on revolt. But that clearly did not happen. So our opponent is digging for probably a collected company, not finding one. Okay, fair enough. Sideboard, Huntmaster, Explosives, Shadow Guild Mage, Shadow Guild Mage. I don't think I want anything else here. I always take out Liliana against this kind of deck. It was pretty good there, but it's just like so rare that that happens that it's really good. Like, if it is really, like, really good, then it was probably, any other removal spell would have been good there. And I'm going to take out an Inquisition. I like to leave in Thoughtseizes against these guys because they have collected companies that you really want to hit. Like, that's like the most important card. And your life total doesn't matter that much because you're getting attacked for 40 at a time instead of, nickel and dimed. Yeah. So I would love a Shadow Guild Mage on turn 1. That would be excellent. This looks great, though. So do I bolt the turn 1 Elvish Mystic? I don't think I want to. I think what I want to do is Overgrown Tomb off of a Wooded Foothills. No, that's probably wrong. I think I'm Overgrown Tombing off of a Narnam Renegade here. Or off of a Bloodstained Mire. Into Narnam Renegade. Get our clock down. I don't really want to kill the Elvish Mystic. Although, Renegade plus Explosives is a little silly. But now let's play Inquisition up here. Take the ooze. Yeah, we gotta bolt one of these creatures. I think it's rough. This is rough for sure. I think we bolt the Mystic though. But if they draw any creature, then they can cast Collected Company. And it might actually be that our best way out of this situation is just that they collect a company into 1-drops and we kill them all. So if that's the case, I think I want to kill Elvish Clan Caller. Let them company. It's also a really good way to die. But we're going to try it. Also shrinks their guys. And I feel pretty comfortable attacking now. Okay. So now we're going to attack. I was kind of thinking that they were going to use their Collected Company there, but they didn't. So let's play our Explosives. I think I actually want to do this in response to Company, because they could get Azuri. Yeah, if they Azuri, like any one drops right now, like aren't good. But if they hit an Azuri, they can regenerate one of their creatures. So I'm gonna go ahead and blow this right now. And then they accompany into whatever, and then they're kind of out of gas unless they hit Eternal Witness. Azuri, yeah, okay. So if they draw any amount of mana here, then they can attack for quite a bit. They didn't. Fatal Push looks great. Regenerate another target elf. So let's do this. Let's play Tracker. Get a Swamp. Kill Azuri. I would trade with the Dwinen's Elite if they attack. Especially if they play like an Archdruid or something. Another Azuri, okay. So now I probably will not attack. Or not block. Yep, Huntmaster. No really good reason to attack with Tireless Tracker. Just gets blocked by the elf token. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3. So they could attack us for 5. Yeah, this hit is for 5. Not very good. I actually tapped my mana like a doofus there. I'm not casting anything this turn. We're going to flip Huntmaster. Going to have a lot of blockers back. I'm going to kill the Azuri. I think this lets us survive here. So they can regenerate 2 of their creatures. Probably just going to regenerate the Dwinen's Elite. Oh, they get to pump. They get to pump their Azuri. Okay, so get it out of range. I see. So we have to block this. Are we just going to cash in the tracker? Probably is the best plan. Although we get to attack for a lot next turn. Going to that little of a life total doesn't seem good for us. This also forces them to use a mana with their Azuri. So if their last card in hand is like a 2-drop, then they can't cast it this turn. Good news is we get to flip. We get to flip the Ravager back into Huntmaster. I don't think we have any reason not to sacrifice a clue right now. Yeah, we're pretty dead if they get to untap with Azuri. So we really do want to hit a removal spell. Tireless Tracker's not one. Let's see what's in their hand. So that's bad. That's the 5th land. So we can play a Tarmogoyf. Now we have a bunch of blockers, and we have 6 life, which I think will let us survive. No, it won't. How good would Slaughter Pact be right here? Yeah, they figured it out. We'll just make them do it. Yeah, removal spell there for the Azuri would have been good. Would have gotten us there. Yeah, I think I like the plan, the sideboard plan. Explosives was pretty good. Would love to play first. Ugh, can I keep this? I don't think so. Yeah, I think this is a mulligan. Okay. Keep it. Is Ooze good? I think Ooze is okay. Ooze is probably above average. Let's Inquisition. Aha. Vizier of Remedies. So that's not actually that good. We got a lot of redraws and Horizon Canopies. I think we're just going to take... I think we're just going to take Elvish Mystic. Yeah? Heritage Druid plus Azuri is really dangerous together. But they won't be able to, like, do anything with their Azuri the turn they play it. Man, let's just take Azuri. This hand doesn't do anything except for Azuri, so they need to draw something else, and then we can bolt whatever else they draw. Like, we also have the bolt for the Vizier if they ever find a Devoted Druid. I think I'm going to go get an Overgrown Tomb. Just in case we draw... Oh, wait, no, I took Liliana out of the deck, so... Yeah, I'm not doing that. No, wrong guy. Lurwave. Okay, so that looks like it's something that we need to bolt. They have played a bunch of their stuff out. So they have 3 cards in hand. We know 2 of them. Might as well do this right now. Make our Tarmogoyf a little bigger. Alternatively, we could have killed the Heritage Druid. I don't really think that's our plan, though. Heritage Druid plus Clan Caller adds a lot of mana and gets a lot of Clan Callers, but don't think that's what we need to be focusing on at the moment. Here comes a Elvish Archdruid. 3 mana for Lead the Stampede. Wow, their draws have been pretty good. see if we can have some good draws too. Tireless Tracker, Ooze. I think we're just attacking and then playing. I don't think I want to play a tracker. Well, nah, let's play an Ooze. Another clan caller. Okay. We know their last card is Vizier of Remedies. And they're attacking for quite a bit. Yep. So really need to hit some removal here, I think. That is our best plan of action. Would love like an Abrupt Decay or a Dreadbore. I'm going to play the Vizier. Makes sense. That's not going to do it for us. Can't really get anywhere with the wooded foothills. Plus they have so much mana and they're going to clan collar us, and so we can't like let anything through. We can let through like 2 creatures, but we have to play 3. Yeah, I think this is pretty much done. I think this game is pretty much over. Let's make a really weird play and see what they do. So the good thing is that they have to tap a lot of their stuff in order to use the clan caller. So it won't be like lethal yet. 3 mana. So if we survive, especially if our Dark Confidant survives, we have a chance of like drawing 2 lightning bolts or like a bolt and a Kolaghan's Command or something like that. Plus, you never know if like an opponent is going to do their Tarmogoyf math wrong or something like that. Explosives wouldn't be great. It would still leave them with any clan callers that they fetch up. Wow. Wow. Okay. I guess I go get a Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, I think we're dead here. All right. Just to be clear, our opponent's 5 draw stops that game were Elvish Archdruid, Elvish Clan Caller, lead the Stampede. So, uh, it's not that unlikely. Not going to complain too badly. Too much more than I already am, but yeah, I think that's a fine matchup though. Especially with our sideboard, with our extra Hunt Masters. Hunt Masters are really good. And Shadow Guild Mage. Shadow Guild Mage would have been good. But Shadow Guild Mage is a little shy, seems like. Alright. Round 4. Round number 4. Hand's okay. Not my favorite. Probably got some matchups where it's not very good, but if it's good against humans, I think you should keep it. Okay, Raging Ravine tapped is interesting. I guess I just do the same thing. I don't think that Valakut plays Raging Ravine, but maybe they do. So I think I'm in a mirror match. If that's the case, I don't really even want to play Scavenging Ooze next turn, so I'm going to play Raging Ravine. Like, I could play Blackleaf Cliffs, Sago, they play a creature, I Fatal Push it. But it's just, like, so bad against Liliana. I love the mirror match. It is fun. Yeah. Get some. Aha. Thoughtseize strategy. So Blood Crypt into Thoughtseize kind of makes me think that they don't necessarily have another black source in their hand. So that makes the Scavenging Ooze a little bit better of a play. Because, like, the goal is just to not get your creature killed by Liliana. If it gets killed by a Lightning Bolt or a Fatal Push, then it's fine. But if it gets killed by a Liliana, you're, like, way behind. So that Blood Crypt play makes me think that they don't have another black source. Like a Blackleaf Cliffs was a much better play than Blood Crypt. A fetch land into Swamp was a much better plan than Blood Crypt. So that's what I'm working with there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and play the Ooze. If this gets bolted, it's not the worst. I'm kind of expecting it to get bolted. No, hello, okay. Interesting. So what does my opponent have? They do have Liliana. It would be a very clever play to not bolt the Ooze, play Liliana minus, and then try and walk me into playing Tracker and then have the bolt for it. Fatal Pushes aren't looking too good right here. Yep, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. But like I said, I don't think this is likely to work. Like my other play could just be like say go, but then like I don't know, there's 100 things that go wrong with that too. Don't think not using my mana is a good plan. Like the most likely scenario here is that it's Bloodbraid into something, some creature maybe. That's like the hope, because then we can kill both creatures and get in. So this is basically one of the like maybe 2 or 3 matchups where I wish I was still playing Bitter Blossom instead of Dark Confidant. Dark Confidant is good, but Bitter Blossom is lights out. Yep, okay. So this is going to be trouble now. Yeah. Okay. So the question is, do I think my hand is better than my opponent's hand? What I mean by that is I can let them plus their Liliana, discard a Fatal Push, or Wooded Foothills. I think I kind of like everything that I got going on here, or at least it's okay. So it's probably better to just bolt. It does, however, make like if my opponent's also got like another Liliana in their hand, it's like pretty bad for them. But they also just discarded one. This is kind of a tough call. Like how good is this Wooded Foothills? I kind of need it. I think I kind of need it. So if that's the case, let's bolt this right now. And I will play it. I'll play it because it can kill a 4-drop now. Or Fatal Push can kill a 4-drop on my opponent's turn now. Somehow we've gotten whittled down to not very many cards in our hand. So that's fine. Also, just so we're clear, I'm not going to fetch with Wooded Foothills like on end step here. Because we could draw Narnam Renegade. There we go. Let's go get an Overcurrent Tomb tapped. Having lands in play when your opponent is like mana screwed. Like my opponent's stuck on 1 or 3 lands here. One of the ways that we get out of this is drawing a 5th land and getting the Raging Ravine going, and then trying to just be aggressive like that. Gotta imagine this is getting killed, right? Nope. Okay. Now it's getting killed. Sure. It's a weird play. I guess I Liliana plus here. I guess this push doesn't really do a lot. I think it's important to like try and be aggressive here. Get their cards out of their hand. Saying go is like really bad against another Liliana or a discard spell, like another Thoughtseize or whatever. And their hand's got to be good if they haven't played anything for a while. It could also just be like a bunch of Fatal Pushes or a bunch of Terminates or, Abrupt Decays. Bolts. Abrupt Decay. Okay. So our opponent has 1 card in hand, and if I had to guess, I would assume it's a Bloodbraid Elf. The good thing about having no board and no hand is that if it is a Bloodbraid Elf, it's like not that good if it doesn't hit a creature. Alright, so let's see what our opponent Bloodbraid's into. What's cool is that we can bolt. If they hit Liliana, we can bolt it. before. Oh wow, they've only got the one green source, which is Raging Ravine. Oh, they don't have Bloodbraid. Wow. I don't think I even cast that. Well, maybe I do. What could their last card be? Just another removal spell, I guess. And if that's the case, then I'll have wanted that to be gone. We know it's not a land. Could be a bolt. Yep. Which makes us feel a little silly. Because we take 2. But at least we, like, got rid of a removal spell, even though it cost us 5 life. Makes our Raging Ravine better. Okay. So now we get to kill their Raging Ravine with our Bolt, and then we're pretty much at parity, except that we have a Raging Ravine in play, and they don't. And what's good about that is that if we draw a land, that's good for us. If we draw a spell, then it's good for us. But they really only have spells as good top decks. So we're pretty happy with pretty much anything we draw here. Unless it's like, well, another Raging Ravine? Fuck. That's a bad one. Do I play it? I think I play it. Like, getting it discarded is really bad. It's great against, you know, any creatures that they have. It makes it so any Tarmogoyfs or whatever are really not going to be very good. It's pretty bad against, like, Bloodbraid into removal spell, but not much we can do about that. Alright, so let's go get a forest. Turn this on. Now, I'm kind of expecting it to get bolted. Nope. Okay. So that's a big step in us maybe getting out of this game. Once your Ravine gets to a 4/4 and then turns into 5/5s after that, like, it becomes a lot tougher for them to win. For them to do anything about it, you know. Yep. I'm not gonna play that. I'm gonna make them do something about our Ravine first. So, I mean, this could get hit by a Fatal Push. But even that's kind of fine. Could get hit by a Terminate. Can't get hit by Abrupt Decay, though. And another thing that's good is that the Ravine turns into a 6/6 next turn. Main deck, the biggest a Tarmogoyf can get is a 5/6. So if they play a Tarmogoyf, they can go into chump block duty. Maybe they just drew all lands. Okay. I did not think we were getting out of that game. It looked really bad. We got 2-for-1 by Liliana. Whatever. Alright, here come 6 really good cards and 1 Nile Spellbomb. Out come Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes. Something that I think is important about this matchup is that you really want to have answers to Dark Confidant. And we have like 9. We've got 4 bolts, 3 pushes, a Dreadborn and Abrupt Decay. And it's really important to just not let your opponent draw a card with Dark Confidant. But at the same time, it's like really hard to try and maneuver your end of the matchup in a way that's going to let you draw a card with Dark Confidant. Like, it's really hard to get your own Dark Confidant going. But it's also like, if your opponent, if you don't have an answer to their Bob, then you just lose. So it's kind of a weird situation. Let's see how good Phyrexian Arena is. It could be too slow, but we have a Fatal Push here. I guess we're not going to find out. So they say that, you know, you take out your discard spells against the mirror match. If you don't expect the mirror match to be that prevalent, then sometimes you just like don't have good things to bring in. I always try to make sure that I have like 7 cards. If I'm playing 7 discard spells, I have 7 cards that I want to bring in. The problem is that yeah, I think I play a swamp here. It's just kind of always been my like theory in Magic that when you're playing a deck and you're getting like really good at it, having a good plan for the mirror match is important, because if the deck that you're playing is a good deck, then other people are going to play it too. That's always been my assumption. Sure, bro. Yeah. So these Satsis have like, they look pretty good because they're in our opponent's opening hand, but these games go really long, so it's not likely that they're actually going to be good if they draw any more of them. Maybe they took out all but 2 and they were in my opponent's opener and they were awesome, but the fear is that you draw them late when your opponent's drawing gas. Takes the tracker. Plays a mountain. I do like that my opponent plays a mountain. I think that's a good plan. So I don't really want to play the forest. I also don't really want to play the verdant catacombs. I guess I'm going to. Yeah, I'll play the catacombs. Just playing an ooze into a bolt here seems like a really good way to lose. The reason I don't want to play the Verdant Catacomb is because of trackers and Narnam Renegades, but I don't think I'm gonna use it on end step, so. Okay. So our opponent took away all our good stuff and left us with Garbo and now once they draw lands, then they're going to kill us. However, we still have 2 Fatal Pushes in our hand. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Gonna go get a Blood Crypt tapped. Gonna play Narnam Renegade. And I'm gonna play Verdant Catacombs. Even though that makes it so they know what's in our hand, like, it gives us the ability to Fatal Push twice next turn if we want to. Also, like, Verdant Catacombs is just like a better card to discard to Liliana. If they go like removal here and then Liliana tick up, then we can discard the mountain, not really worry too much about it. Sure. Okay. They must not have Tireless Tracker in their deck. They're certainly not worried about thinning, because they got stuck on lands there for a turn. Are they going to Maelstrom Pulse this? No, they're going to Liliana. Yeah. Okay. So a Kolagon's command would be real nice. Overgrown Tomb is pretty poor. Yep, let's play it. Again, I just think it's better than the mountain. I could play the mountain, but, like, I don't know. It's not like it affects our opponent's plays next turn very much. They're just going to tick up Liliana, and we're going to discard a land. Alright, so let's see how many Bloodbraid Elves are in their hand. Fulminator Mage. Alright. Let's see if they just go for it. Kind of makes me want to not discard the mountain after all. Also, really interesting to me that they brought in... Yeah, I'm going to discard the mountain. Like, if they have Kolagon's command to get it back or something like that, the Fulminator Mage, then whatever. We don't actually need to crack this until we need a red source anyway. I just think mana screwing your opponent is just like not a very good plan here. So it's interesting that they brought in Fulminator Mage and left in discard spells. Wow. Okay. That's what we're going to discard to Lily. How good would Blightning have been there? One of the issues is that the Verdant Catacombs will go get a Stomping Ground, and then that's our only other red source in the deck, now that we've discarded the mountain. So clearly no Bloodbraids. Yep, don't care. Scavenging Ooze. Okay. So I think I'm going to not Fatal Push this right now. I'm going to untap, because we could draw Liliana. Yeah, let's do... no, we don't want them to Fulminator our land. Did they just... They just didn't tick up Liliana there. That's interesting to me. So now let's see what they sacrifice. Because if they sacrifice Fulminator Mage, then we can just Fatal Push the Ooze. Another plan could have been to tick up and play out our hand. I don't really think I want to do that, though. Okay. Yep. Going to keep this Bloodstained Mire in my hand to discard to Liliana. This might be an Abrupt Decay. If they do that, then that would be pretty interesting. Nope. All right. So I think the plan is we Verdant Catacombs, hold control, Fatal Push. They just forgot to do it. Okay. Okay. Well, let's go get our stomping ground. The reason I did it that way is because I didn't want our opponent to have the option of stomping ground versus overground versus blood crypt. All right. So let's hope their last card isn't a 4-mana creature or a 3-mana creature. Hopefully they just go like tick up, play Bob or Goif. And then we can Fatal Push and then tick up ourselves. That would be pretty cool. Fulminator Mage was a nice one. 1, 2. Kolaghan's Command. That's what I want to not see. So, they don't want to get back one of their own creatures. We're going to discard Bloodstained Mire. And then we'll see if they want to tick up. They might like their hand, so they haven't been ticking up before. So if they don't tick up, then Blightning is super good. They did tick up. So we get to lose the Fatal Push. And now they've got a Liliana and 1 card in hand. And we drew Woodfills. Cool. Alright, we got like 1 turn to draw something good. That's a good one. Certainly counts. Three mana for Bloodbraid Elf. Okay. Wow. Alright. Well, the good news is that Kolaghan's Command, like, we don't have any cards in our hand, and like, they can rebuy a creature, but then they just have to discard it to Liliana if they want to tick up Liliana. Or discard a different card. And the 2 damage from Kolaghan's Command isn't really doing that much because our Liliana is like dying to the Bloodbraid anyway. Alright, how about a Blightning? Alright, I think we're gonna say go. I could bolt Liliana right now. I think I'm more interested in making them discard and then bolting Bloodbraid. Kind of get a 2-for-1 that way. We know that they rebought. What did they hit with their Kolaghan's command? They targeted Tarmogoyf? Oh, that's not good. Tarmogoyf is large. So maybe I do actually just want to kill this thing right now. The Liliana, I mean. Nah. That would have been a really good turn for Huntmaster the Fells or something. Okay, so now let's bolt here. Because unless I'm bringing Liliana down to 0, then I don't really care about bolting it. Now our opponent has to discard a card. So here's a Goyf. Yep. Alright. And one card left over, which I don't know what it is. So Liliana, Fatal Push. Lightning's not the worst. We're going to cast it on Lily. I don't really care about their life total. And they discarded a Terminate. Okay. So now we get attacked for 6. What can bring us out of this? A Kolaghan's command, killing Liliana and getting back Scavenging Ooze would be real nice. Bolt doesn't do anything. I'm gonna hold it in hand because now we can actually kill the Liliana. Alternatively, this protects us against Bloodbraid if we. Well, yeah, we have no reason to Lightning Bolt right now. Yep. Are we ticking up? Could also just kill me if you drew a Kolaghan's Command or Lightning Bolt. Very slowly, thinking about how they're going to pay their costs here. That Liliana, you say? Alright, so if you rebuy something now, I can actually kill. What's my out here? I think the best way I get out of this is if I kill Liliana, the last hope. And then draw a removal spell for the Goyf. That's not going to do it. Okay. You know what? They are super low on time, so we're going to make them do it. Whoops, I didn't mean to click reveal hand. Did it actually do it? No, okay. Alright. So we did not get there on that one. Those discard spells in the beginning of the game were very good, and then they didn't draw anymore for the rest of the game. So if that's what's going to happen, then that's pretty good for our opponent. I don't think I want anything else here. Is Engineered Explosives worth it? You know, It's probably not the worst plan. To have engineered explosives in, probably instead of Nile Spellbomb. So, let's see if our opponent can time themselves out in a league match or we win. This hand looks fantastic. Everything we want. Dreadbore would have been pretty good against that Liliana that kind of wreaked havoc on us. Man, yeah, alright. Everything but Bob kind of does the same thing here. I guess that's not true. Huntmaster doesn't, but... So now the question is, do I just play explosives on 2? I think that's probably a really bad plan. Well, we got a new plan. Yep. And now if they play a Bob, we Dreadbore it. Our opponent is really going to lose this game for themselves here unless they have just like something really good. Lavamancer's not that. Do I explosives for 1? I think I do. Yeah. Yeah, I think I explosives for 1. I'm gonna get a swamp. So now we're clocking my opponent pretty good. We've got Huntmaster for next turn. That's totally fine. Well, that kind of changes my plan. I was going to just jam Huntmaster, but I think I'll Dreadbore plus Bob. Yeah. Now we attack first, it'll fish out any fatal pushes that they have, but they probably don't have any. They probably have lightning bolts. Might have a lightning bolt in their hand. So the way that they get out of this jam is if they go Bolt, Bob, untap Liliana. But even then we get to untap and play Huntmaster, so it's not the greatest for them. They didn't have it. They could also have like a Damnation. That wouldn't be that bad this turn. That seems to be what it is. Or they could just have Bloodbraid. That's kind of more likely. Goif. Goif. Okay. So now we get to draw a card with Bob, which is great. Goif. Abrupt Decay. Let's see. I think I just want to play a Huntmaster here. No attacks. Pretty good with just being in a holding pattern. Like, they really want to kill our Bob. And they're running out of time. They've conceded. Okay. Well, their hand was 3 lands. You were dead for a lot of reasons, though, friend. So, yeah. Let's see. If they attack, we probably block with a Goif. And then we untap. We flip Huntmaster. get in for like 1,000,000 damage. Actually, probably just kill him, so. Yep. Okay. The mirror. It's really fun. I liked it. I had a good time. Alright. Let's try the next one. Alright, this one's for the money. Playing first. Renegades of Funk. Pretty sure it's Overgrown Tomb. Off of this Verdant Catacombs. If this is our hand, Forest seems like a really bad idea. So, let's go with ahead with Overgrown Tomb. By the way, I always am just going to play Narnam Renegade on turn 1. I guess I could have played like Blackleaf Cliffs, Thought Seas, next turn, Fetch a Forest. But I just want to get that clock down. What? What is this? Alright, so I know... No. Control Z. Absolutely not. We go to attack first. I wonder if this is another mirror match. I almost kind of think it's probably something like Living End or some garbage. Mirror match, okay. So, I don't love leaving 2 copies of Bloodbraid Elf in their hand, but like we need to rip to try and get out of this game. Their hand is extremely well set up to win this game. I don't really know if there's any way we can win if we don't just take the Bloodbraid Elves. I guess we do have a way to win, and that's to strand Bloodbraids in their hand if they don't hit land drops. But that's bad too. I think we are just like royally screwed this game. And they all do the same thing. Kolaghan's Command is probably the best card. Sure. That wasn't a good draw, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Liliana. Okay. So this is an interesting way that we can actually get back into this one. Because their hand is gas. So I kind of want to let them just start ticking up a bunch. I could also bolt the Liliana, like, right now. And then attack it with Hissing Quagmire. They discarded a land, so their hand is like Goyf, Bloodbraid, Bloodbraid. I don't think I'm going to do anything. Okay, that's the perfect draw. It's actually kind of not, because now I have to bolt the Liliana. I guess, actually, well, okay, we're going to fetch a mountain. I played this actually terribly, but now we say go, and then they have to tick up Liliana, and then we bolt. Okay, I think I played that very wrong. That being said, so let's see what our opponent hits here. They hit a bolt. Let's see where they send that bolt. At me. So what's cute here is that we can still just wait. He also actually had to hit a land there. They can't attack. They don't want to tick up Lily. And their hand is Bloodbraid Goyf. These are all the same art, right? Okay. So now do we bolt? I kind of want to bolt upstairs. Is that crazy? It's a little crazy. I think we're bolting here. It actually would have been really funny if our last card wasn't bolt and we were just bluffing that whole time. Then we would have been like the sickest ever. But we kind of telegraphed our play because I screwed up there. So now do I just attack face with both? Like, they still don't want to tick up. I think I'm going to do that. I guess it's pretty bad if they, like, Bloodbraid into Goyf or something. Yeah, I think we should just play it safe. No, you know what? So, yeah, their hand is good no matter what. Like, we want them to tick up. Like, they can't deploy both of their cards, and having them discard one of those is, like, such a huge win for us. Bloodbraid into Goyf is not a huge win for us. So now they get to tick up, and they discard a land. Okay. So now their last card is another Goyf. Wow, they're attacking? What? Are you crazy? Didn't make them get punished for it, though. So now we can attack... now we can attack Liliana, but it makes the Tarmogoyfs 5/6s. Alright, the way we get out of this is probably something like play the Dark Confidant, say go, they go to minus their Liliana, and we activate Hissing Quagmire and sacrifice that instead. On the Bob. Sure. So now we sacrifice this thing. And we're still in a ton of trouble, but we can block Bloodbraid, go to 2, draw removal, and then we're kind of in a holding pattern. It's gonna be too slow, but it's really good. I have no reason not to do this right now, I guess. That's actually not. No, it is true. Because if there's no way to take the Liliana out of the graveyard to try and get out of, like, to try and block a Goyf. Have to jump block. So it's not great. But if they don't have anything, we just win with a bolt. Okay. Yep, that's too bad. We got pretty close there. Income all of these things, and I'm going to try the explosives again. I think that was actually okay. Outcome the discard. Nihil Spellbomb, like, seems good. It's really only good against Kolaghan's command. Doesn't really do that much. Hand kind of sucks, but we're going to keep it. Like, it's fine. Opponent mulliganed. Alright. Just got to win 2 games of the mirror match. I like that we get to play against the mirror match. That's sweet. Are they going to discard? Everybody's leaving in their discard. I don't like it. The other thing is that it doesn't even, like, especially Inquisition. Like, if you're going to leave in discard, you got to leave in Thoughtseize. Inquisition doesn't even take anything that's that good. I mean, these cards are good, but, I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, but... Stomping Ground tapped, of course. Would love it if my opponent played a Dark Confidant. Yep, bolting you. The reason I bolt it is because these are just better removal spells. No green sources. Okay. Fetch Overgrown Tomb. Play Narnam Renegade. Okay, your turn. Here's a green source. So, what's good is that if they have Liliana, then we have options. We can still, like, land Huntmaster. Like, that's really good. We also can just Dreadbore it. Aha, okay. Just gonna say go. Interesting. So they would have played Liliana if they had it, so I just don't think they have anything in their hand right now. So let's give them even less in their hand. If we get Baloth, though, if we get Baloth, I will be pretty sad. But just like straight up Mind Rot is more than fine here. Cool. 2 very good cards. Surprised that they didn't want a Lightning Bolt. I mean, I guess that their last 2 cards are probably like K Commands, Bloodbraid Elf, or something like that, but... Sure. So now what do I discard? I think I am discarding Fatal Push. They rebought Tarmogoyf, right? Nope, we're going to discard Dreadbore. Opponent doesn't want to attack, which is nice for us. Do I play the Ravine? I think I play the Ravine. And I think I attack, too. Like, well, no, then they can just get it back. If they have another Kolaghan's Command in their hand, then it gets pretty bad for us. Well, I guess that might not be true. Them using a Kolaghan's Command on something other than killing our Huntmaster isn't the worst. Yeah, I think I just take this. And then we Fatal Push their Tarmogoyf, and then cast Huntmaster. Rough. At least we still have this Narnam Renegade, which is pretty good against Tarmogoyf unless they draw a removal spell for it. Okay. We don't have any creatures in our graveyard right now. I think it's just a really good chance that their last card is, like, super good. Probably, like, a K-Command or a Bloodbraid Elf. Like, these are the cards that they didn't discard to the Blightning. Yep. Okay. Thrilled with that exchange. Plus, they've used 2 Kolaghan's Commands. That's usually the amount that they play. Now we're in a holding pattern with Tarmogoyf because we have Death Touch guy. Awesome. That's going to be good later. I could actually attack here. Is that crazy? I think it's a good idea. Yeah. Love it. Okay. So Ravine is a problem, kind of. But we are attacking for a lot of damage this turn. Because I am going to attack with Ravager of the Fells. Am I going to attack with the Wolf, too? I think it's probably fine. Like, blocking the Wolf seems like the best play. Puts them to 3. But we have, like, so much in the tank still. Cool. Hell yeah, Narnam Renegade. Hell yeah. Ugh. My Magic Online is going super slow. Alright. Let's run it back. Ugh. I would almost keep this, but we're not going to. Okay. Alright. You know what? That's a pretty good card to have right here. I would have much rather had like a bolt or a push so we can kill a Bob on turn 2. Let's see if they play a Bob. Goif's fine. Ooh, I can actually kill that. I think I will play Blood Crypt untapped to bolt it. Man, anytime you can bolt a Tarmogoyf, it feels pretty good. And now if they play a creature, we get to Liliana it. If they don't play a creature, we get to play Phyrexian Arena and hopefully go down that plan. We have a weird hand. Don't know what our opponent's going to take. Takes Liliana. Okay. So that makes me think they have Abrupt Decay. I don't love running this into Abrupt Decay, but it's not like Abrupt Decay is going to be bad. Like, our alternative play is fetch Stomping Ground, play Narnam Renegade. Don't really like doing that. I think it's a lot more likely that they're... Oh, sorry. I think it's a lot more likely that they have, like, Fatal Push and Bolt and Terminate in their hand than they have exactly Abrupt Decay. I could be wrong. It's also possible that their plan is just to be like, okay, race your arena and just, like, hope it's too slow. Getting a mountain, which I don't love doing, but if the Phyrexian Arena plan is going to work, we got to keep track of our life total pretty well. End step. Are we getting a untapped forest? Okay. So it looks like that's working. However, we're going to face down some Blood Braids now, I'm sure. Bloodbraid into Lily is solid. We get to discard. I think I'm just discarding Engineered Explosives. It doesn't seem like it's going to be good this game. Alright, I think it's Huntmaster. If they make a sacrifice, then we can attack with Hissing Quagmire next turn. Kolaghan's Command, rebuy Tarmogoyf. Looks pretty good. Let's see if they have a land to really, really punish us here. No, okay. Alright. So the plan is kind of sort of working. Okay. So we can kind of have our cake and eat it too here. We go Tracker. Yeah, okay. Tracker. Land. So as long as we live, like, we got cards. We got a lot of cards. We just got to make sure we don't die to lightning bolts. Forest. Narnam Renegade comes in with the counter. And This is actually kind of close. I think I might just kill the blood braid. Does that change anything? Not really. Yeah, I think I need to kill the Bloodbraid. Either way you slice it, like Liliana, Bloodbraid, Tyler's Tracker, and Lightning Bolt are dying this turn. Yeah, and this is why I'm more worried about my life total than I am about getting this Liliana off the table. So now they will probably tick up. I was hoping they would do that before I attacked, but so here's a 6/7, so we really need to draw an answer to this. Those are not it. Alright. Hissing Quagmire is, though. Like, we're dead to a bolt. Wow. Okay. Wow. No attacks. I love it. Oh my god. Stop drawing lands, please. Okay. Okay. We're gonna Liliana. We're gonna minus. We're gonna play the Ooze. And now, I'm fully expecting Liliana to minus on our Ooze, or our Ooze dies some other way. But it can't be Kolaghan's Command, because we pretty much neutralize a Kolaghan's Command fairly well here by eating whatever they target. Just Abrupt Decay? Alright. Swamp's great. Oh, Swamp's not great. Oh, shit. So now we really need to draw Huntmaster. Yeah, hitting like 4 lands in a row didn't help us, or 3 or whatever it was. So I can't crack a fetch land. So I need to draw like Fatal Push plus Huntmaster here or something. Yeah, no, we're dead. Yeah, they left us with the arena and it didn't get there. 1, 2, 3. No, there's really nothing we can do that's going to gain us life at instant speed on our upkeep or something like that. So, turns out, yeah, it was really important to kill the Bloodbraid Elf instead of the Liliana back there when we had the Lightning Bolt plan. I guess I'll play a tracker and play a land. Don't really know what I want to try and hit. No good way to gain life at instant speed, so we're just kind of messing around right now. Forgot about the Raging Ravine. Hey, go back to that. I wanted to see what my last card was. About decay. That was pretty close, though. So, we went 3-2, and it's not bad. Our losses were to Elves, which I kind of think is a good matchup, and the Mirror, which originally, like, the Bitter Blossoms and the whole thing, it was, like, supposed to be really good against the Mirror, and it was, but now we've got, like, this other plan with the Dark Confidants now, and kind of just, like, a more streamlined version, except we don't get to play, or we aren't playing Bloodbright Elf, and we were playing this lower to the ground version. Narnam Renegades still seemed really good there, and I still think it's like pretty good in the format and everything. Our big concern to me was this Phyrexian Arena plan, and it did not work very well. We ended up losing too much life, and we spent a pretty critical turn. What otherwise would have been a pretty critical turn playing it. You don't 3 mana is a lot. However, it's possible that Phyrexian Arena is just like better than bringing in like Bitter Blossom would have been pretty good that game. Also, the problem with this plan is that we are amping up our own like life loss stuff because we're running a lot of fetch lands and like 1 Blackleaf Cliffs, no Blooming Marsh, no Twilight Mires, none of that stuff. To try and turn on our Narnam Renegades, and if that's going to be the case, then it's going to be tricky to have this plan and make it work. If I was playing, I think that in a straight green-black deck, Phyrexian Arena is probably really good. So how do we deal with that? What's another card that we can bring in the matchups where we're bringing in Phyrexian Arena? Liliana the Last Hope is a good good card for those same matchups. Kind of interested in just other stuff that's going to give us value, but not cost a ton of mana and also not cost a ton of life. More trackers, more tireless trackers on the board seems okay. But not really what we want to be doing. I don't want to go up to a 4th Huntmaster. I don't think that going up to all those 4 drops is going to be very good in the control matchups. More Blightnings? I don't know. Liliana the Last Hope is one that I'm going to try, though. I think it comes in against, like, pretty much everything that Arena would come in against anyway. So because of that, it's probably just going to be a better card. Yeah, so that's that. That's the league. 3-2. When you start out 2-0 and you finish 3-2, it's like, yeah, that kind of sucks, but it could have been worse, but not much worse. But I like where we're at here, and I think a couple of changes here and there. Like if we hadn't died to our own Phyrexian Arena that game, then we probably would have been way better off. I think having a really good mirror sideboard plan is important, and I'm gonna take a look at that again. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you like this, then subscribe to the channel, and yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.